Warnings in western Massachusetts, and you may have gotten some notifications from us as we were watching those. The good news for the time being is that we're just tracking the potential for damaging wind gusts. The bad news is that we're still tracking the potential for damaging wind gusts. That is severe weather, of course. Let's take you in a little bit closer. I'll show you some specific areas I've been keeping an eye on. One of those spots being Worcester, of course. I know we got a lot of you guys watching out here in Worcester. You're likely beginning to hear some thunder in the distance. And what I'm tracking here on radar, what you're hearing, is this line of storms that just moved past Ware, Palmer, and getting through Barre, too. This is about, at this point, 10 to 15 minutes outside of Worcester itself. And this is going to pack a punch as it comes in. You are in a severe storm warning in Worcester. Most of Worcester County is, and it is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. So this is the time to head indoors. Don't wait for the storm to be on top of you. Head inside now. You don't want to mess around with hail, let alone 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Let's move a little bit farther north. It's not our only severe storm warning out there. I'm going to give you an update on a couple more warnings that are on the border of Massachusetts and New Hampshire right here. Winchendon, Ashby, Peterborough, that'd be Peterborough, New Hampshire. We have this extension of this line of storms northwards. You can see a lot of lightning, and once again, the threat is damaging wind gusts. And this line is continuing to move to the east. So if you're in southern New Hampshire and it has not rained yet, you still need to be aware that there is going to be a line of storms that moves through. It's likely to be strong and potentially severe. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit too, give you a greater view of what's going on. We have one other severe storm actually that was just updated. I'm going to mention if you're near Manchester, New Hampshire, it was likely pretty loud just moments ago. And as we take a closer look, this severe storm has moved out, getting closer to Deerfield, New Hampshire now. All right, now we're going to take a look out, and I'm going to give you the big picture here. I know I got a lot of people watching us in the Boston area, maybe wondering when our storm's going to get here, what's it going to be like? And as we take a look at our radar right now, there's a few things that you're going to notice, and I'll zoom out a little more. First may be that it's hard to see the radar because there's so much lightning out here. Even if you're not in a severe storm warning and there is a storm coming towards you, you have to head inside. Don't risk it with the amount of lightning we're seeing outside now. You got to play it safe. If you hear thunder, head indoors. There's also a lot of heavy rain. This is a pretty strong line of storms, and there will be some localized flooding on roads, some of those creeks, some of those places that overflow easily. You should be ready for some of those spots, those problem areas to fill up. And if you see running water across the road, even if it doesn't look like much, it's never worthwhile driving through that. Boston, I'm going to put a tracker on this for you. I am expecting this to reach the city closer to about 6 o'clock or so. Once the rain moves in, what we're expecting is for about 15, maybe 20 minutes of heavy rain, and then it's going to slow down and eventually move out over the following 45 minutes. So it'll take some time to get out of here or wherever you are once it starts, but it will slow down after that first 15 minutes gradually, and it'll probably rain for about an hour total. So here's our timing on it. I got Boston at 5:48 p.m. Hopefully I am blocking that. Let me move that for you. I'm looking at Boston around 5:48 p.m. There, it's on that side. Boston, of course, we're talking about the city itself. If you're in Chestnut Hill, if you're in Newton, it may be closer to 5:15, 5:30, and again, it'll be about an hour from these times you're seeing here for all the rain to get in and get out. I'm going to add one more thing too. If you're on the South Shore, Cape, or Islands, the threat for severe weather is notably lower. These storms are going to lose steam as they continue to move east. So if you're in Boston, there will be some storm activity, but I believe the severe weather threat is low in the city. Same for you guys on the North Shore, although the threat does steadily increase as you get towards the New Hampshire border and Massachusetts. That's where there could be some strong storms, some severe storm activity left. But for much of the North Shore and Boston, I want you to be prepared for a severe storm, but do know the threat is low because these will be weakening. South Shore, Cape, and Islands, I mentioned the threat's low out there. It's very possible you don't see any rain until overnight. So not everybody's going to get the severe weather, but of course, we have many areas right now that are, and we're going to be keeping a very close eye on this line of storms as it continues to move to the east. One more thing I will add before we send you back to programming is that this threat for tornadoes we've been talking about is not over yet. It is a lower threat now. I'm not seeing anything that imminently shouts tornado here, but I do want you to be on your toes and ready in case there is a tornado warning. There's likely only to be perhaps 1 or 2 at most from this point forward. But remember, if there's a warning for a tornado where you are, that's when you head to the basement or the lowest floor of your house in an interior room. None of that at this moment, but something we'll be watching for. And if there is a tornado warning, we will be right here for you, tracking the latest, giving you the latest updates. And of course, while we're not on air, you have the Boston 25 weather app that will give you notifications anytime a severe storm warning is issued. And we're going to be keeping you updated online, on social media, making sure you have the latest information, whether it's a tornado warning, severe storm, or even just storms in general. So I'm going to send you back to programming. Again, stay safe out there and be sure to stay weather savvy.